Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing episode 2 of Alternate History. And also here's a new person on the channel, Adam. He's not new actually. I think he is new, but he's my little brother, so say hi. And if you think this isn't realistic, then it's called Alternate History for a reason. Be quiet. So, since lots of you guys chose the Treaty of Tokyo, that's the treaty where China surrenders. So, here we see that China surrenders. So, this is how the treaty is going to be going. So, now that I'm pretty much done, whoopsie, with fixing up the borders, here's how the treaty will go. Korea gets part of Manchuria. Be quiet. And Russia also gets the other parts of Manchuria. Mongolia gets parts of Manchuria and gets and gets bits more of Inner Mongolia. Over here, we have East Urgistan, and here we have Tibet. And Taiwan gets control of the mainland, and here's the CCP controlled lands, but it's a puppet state of the Republic of China. Vietnam will annex the South and Myanmar. So that is how the treaty will go. So yeah. And now, and the situation in Ethiopia has happened. The situation in Africa has happened. Not Ethiopia, but Ethiopia has built a dam, which is going to give a lot of energy to both of these guys. But it's gonna make lots of dehydration for Egypt. At least that's what I think is gonna happen in real life. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, the year is 2023 now. So, because of this, Egypt keeps retaliating, saying that stuff like, we're gonna destroy your dam, stuff like that. So Ethiopia is tired of this, so they declare war on Egypt. Basically, all of the Arab countries are on Egypt's side, but even Eritrea, as they're the newest member, so why would they betray their new alliance already? So, even Western Sahara joins in. The EAF, the East African Federation, gets on the side of Ethiopia. Whoopsie. But Sudan is having a bit of trouble figuring out whose side they want to be. They joined the side of Ethiopia, but since South Sudan isn't the best of friends, they switch sides and get Uganda with them. So here's how the war will go out. In the Egyptian, Eritrea will start invading Ethiopia with some success, but Sudan starts invading them too. But Egypt gets their forces ready, and our Arabian Peninsula, they land here and land with Sudan. Oh yeah, and do you want to know why Sudan is on the side of Ethiopia? Because this is going to be benefiting Sudan, not becoming drought, and they're also being kicked out of Arab League. Since the Arab League is considerably is stronger than these, but Ethiopia is pretty strong. But Iran Iran stays neutral, but Pakistan joins on their side. Wait, yeah, here. So Somalia. So remember civil war in Somalia? Well, yeah. Djibouti, all the Arab countries decide to focus on that a bit so that Somalia can be to its fullest potential in the war, and they squeeze out the rebellions. But Uganda starts invading uh, Burundi, Rwanda. And Rwanda, seeing this, surrenders as they don't want to lose any land. Burundi will be annexed by Uganda. South Sudan starts a small push, but ultimately Ethiopia, they kinda, after militarizing and readying up, Egypt starts its invasion of Sudan. Starting from here and moving in a really quick line, somehow doing it in a matter of days. This part of Sudan, having no supplies, and any ship going through the Red Sea will be ultimately destroyed, surrenders as they have no supplies. Egypt, uh, Egypt, I think Khartoum is here, is getting near Khartoum. So this is how the battle will happen. This side will start to try to encircle. This division will try to encircle it, but some but Sudan successfully makes cuts them off, but they're ultimately able to connect. Fighting around the city is very brutal and is one of the deadliest battles in this war, as many Ethiopians are dropped into the city via helicopter, and they're very fierce fighting. But the last defenses of the city fall, and and the city. Sorry, I'm still sick. And and the Arab League is thinking if they should uh, scorch the city because Sudan was a traitor. They decide not to because it was the government. The citizens wanted to be on the Arab League side, but the government was like, no, no, no. And this makes Sudan collapse pretty quickly. They surrender, and all forces in Ethiopia, in South Sudan, get out. Tanzania goes here. Tanzania, trying to protect their access to this lake, tries to start an offensive, but since basically like all their resources are gone, they surrender to not lose much land. They would only lose this much. So yeah, so Tanzania will only lose this land. Yeah. will only lose this land over here, which isn't a lot, but it's pretty bad loss for them. So, and they surrender. Wait. Oh. Kenya surrenders, but they get straight back into the war because people really want to fight. So, but then they get curb stomped. Now Ethiopia has to surrender, and Kenya is the last stronghold somehow. But when they got cut off, yeah. So this is how the treaty is. Somalia gets this. Somalia gets this part from Kenya. And South Sudan. Wait, who is that again? Oh yeah, Rwanda. Let's just say that South Sudan captured this. They annex Rwanda. They annex Uganda. Wait, Uganda. Oh, Uganda gets this. Annex these lands. South Sudan. Uh, gets these lands. And 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 Uganda gets the rest. The Empire of Eritrea is started here, and this here. So Djibouti gets this. Somalia gets this from Ethiopia, fulfilling Greater Somalia, or at least I think Greater Somalia. And South Sudan gets the rest. And they're now renamed from South Sudan to the Sudan, as Sudan. As you can see by the borders I'm drawing here, they've been curb stomped. So, here's how it goes. Egypt gets this. Egypt gets this land as because Eritrea gets this land over here, and South Sudan gets this. South Sudan is now the Sudan. So peace in Africa and basically the whole Arab League is restored. But the Arab League has been shooken from how willing Sudan is to betray them. Did Sudan even want to be in the Union in the first place? Who knows? South Sudan also joins, but Rwanda kind of wants to unite, wants to start the East African Federation. They don't really want to join the Arab League, but they will be helping out in any wars the Arab League will be in. So, yeah. The East African Federation is born. Oh wait, I forgot about these. And if we go into Germany, we can see something happening. Something bad is happening, as you can see by this. An uprising happens in Bavaria. Oh no! But they are quickly supplied by their fellow brothers in Europe, limiting the expansion. but they finally are able to get a bit of a revolution. But other revolutions happen, weakening the German state. Basically, and they all join together and they start an offensive to connect to each other. The German people are in disarray, so they rise up for socialist Germany. But they get quickly stomped out. But the German government is getting kicked pretty badly. Who's funding this? You may think, and I think I see a mistake. Over there. So yeah, the German government surrenders, and here's the treaty. Oh no! Bavaria gets independence. East Germany gets independence. Baden and Württemberg get independence. And West Germany. So here are the new states. Wait. Remember, East Germany, West Germany, Bavaria, Baden, Württemberg. So fall of Germany happens, and it's pretty bad. And the Europeans are pretty mad about it. But their attention gets removed. But their attention moves to Italy, to not just Italy joining their union, but also a civil war, another one. Who's funding these? And it looks like this one is stronger than the last one. So they start here in the middle of a desert. They don't have much luck, but before they surrender here, they start an uprising in Tasmania. So that means they're not able to surrender, okay? I mean, they don't have to surrender once that thing happens. And only after a few weeks, half of Australia, a bunch of Australia, is controlled. And a few weeks later, almost all, I think half, and half of the population is controlled. Everything about Australia has been destroyed, so the Australian government surrenders. Looks like the people who started the Civil War, they're being called by the West Australian rebels, and not by their actual name. And I'm sure this won't cause anything bad in the future. But seems like they're not treating their citizens as good as they should be. So a lot of things happen in this episode. And I think I see one more thing happening. This. Sure. So this is the end of this episode. If you like this episode, then please like and subscribe. And I have a little question for you. Should the European Union join on the side of Ukraine, or will uncertain precedents happen? Will the world be in shambles will the whole world map be changed by the 5th episode? I hope so. But I'll ask you this one more time. Should Europe help Ukraine, or should they just not be on this, or should they just not, interfere with the war? Oh yeah, and Germany, East Germany and West Germany unite, but that doesn't mean all of Germany is united. But as you know, like and subscribe, plus peace!